So from yesterday, we are starting a new initiative that we will be posting 3 questions from the Leetcode, one from the easy, one medium, and one hard. And we will be doing this session regularly on this time only. So there were 3 questions. I will share my screen. Yeah, I hope it is visible to you all. Yeah, the first question was the license key formatting. And this question basically had a string, and this string, along with this string, we had a integer value. And what we have to do is just cluster the group, cluster the string in the, we have given an integer 4. So we have to cluster from the backward, like 4 from the backward, and then again 4. And we can leave the first group with the characters less than 4 and equal to 4 as well. So for this example, we can see that we have a string, and this string has some alphanumeric characters as well as a dash. So what we have to do is basically only alphanumerical characters we have to concatenate with a group of 4, and uh, to distinguish between these two groups, we'll add a dash sign in between. So this was the problem statement. And uh, one more thing in this is the first group should have less than the value of k. The characters should be of less than or equal to the value of k. So I hope the question might be clear to you all. Is there any question regarding?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey. So the question is pretty clear to me. One thing I have is when we look at, are we allowed to like modify the original string when we are as a part of the approach?
As I think it's not mentioned over here, like we can.
Right.
Yeah.
So we are right. Like we just
Yeah.
take that. We can make
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anybody else? Do you have any questions? Anyone?
Hi, Ashish. So my question is that is string libraries allowed to be used here?
Yeah, obviously. Obviously, we can use the string library.
Thanks.
Anybody tried to solve this question? Like, if
Yes,
anyone can please tell his or her approach, then we can move forward.
yes, I have solved the question.
Yeah. So please go ahead.
How should I describe my solution? Should I paste the code here or
Okay. Okay. Can you share your screen? I will stop sharing mine.
yeah?
Yeah. Sure.
So is my screen visible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the solution I tried is that I first erased all the occurrences of the dashes from
Yeah.
the original string, and then I iterated the string backwards, and also while iterating I kept a count of the of the k using a temporary variable temp, as you can see here. And while iterating I kept on pushing back the characters, each characters from the string in reverse fashion. And also as soon as the temp arrives at a zero, that is arrives at a zero, so I just pushed a dash, and then I reverse the result, and so that arrives to my solution.
Okay. Fine. So anybody else with any different approach?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Please go ahead.
okay, yeah. So I see one question just we also asked on my previous one. So my approach was very similar to what was explained, except that I didn't use stack explicitly. Um, the idea was the same, that I'm trying to start from the end of the string and trying to process it. But I just use like a string builder class, and yeah. So
Okay.
does that make sense, or like I don't know, like if I need to, if any other questions or details.
Okay. So I will tell what I did basically. No. So I wrote a pretty lengthy code for this. So for the first, I started removing the dashes, and I just checked whether the character is a alphanumeric character or not, and then I pushed back into a temporary string, and then I just iterated the string from the backward, and up till the k, I just added it in a new string, and then I pushed it into a stack. Then again, I iterated over the stack, and then I popped the top element, and then concatenated with the dash, and I I get a success from that. So can we move forward, or do we have any other approaches?
Hey,
Yeah,
do you
sorry.
even, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you even need to traverse string twice? I mean, you could have just done like removing the dashes and adding it to the stack in the same traversal. And
Yeah. I could have done that.
yeah, it doesn't make a difference to the complexity, but I think, I mean,
Yeah. It doesn't make but just for my simplicity, I do that.
okay.
Yeah.
I also followed a similar approach. The only difference was, instead of putting it into a stack or something, what I did was I iterated the string from the end
Right.
and kept a pointer. And
Okay.
as soon as I was going and I found a dash or a character, I inserted the character with the last pointer available. Dashes I ignored, and once I was up to the string k, I inserted a dash manually and then moved on. So at the end, you will have all the formatted string at the end, and you will have some characters left at the start. So that you can ignore and create a new string builder out of it at the end.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that's exactly how I approached it. Right.
Yeah. So shall we move forward to the next question?
One quick question on
Yeah.
this. Like we see, right, the approach is pretty similar, whether we use stack or, like a string builder class.
Yeah.
Do we see any, is there some thoughts on like one versus other in terms of data structure? I guess the memory requirements are pretty much the same, right? We are pushing onto the stack. Similarly, I'm creating a string builder object. So it seems to me pretty similar. I mean, almost the same, but I don't know if
Yeah, I
anyone
guess
has
the
any
space
thoughts on that.
complexity will be the same. I don't think the space complexity will like differ in both cases.
I think you'll anyway have to use a string builder, right? Even if you use a stack, when you're popping elements out of the stack, if you're adding it to the string one by one, it's actually creating a new string.
Oh, right. Yeah,
So I
never
think
mind.
string builder would have to be used in any case.
And also, like Vivek also mentioned, right? So, yeah, I got confused with stack. I think we would also have to, it's taking extra space, right?
Correct. So I think the only thing that we are achieving with stack is reversal, which we could have done without a stack too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But
Okay.
in any case, we will need extra space, to return the result actually, because the
Correct.
strings are immutable usually. So if you create a new string, you will definitely need extra space.
No, that's true. But if we use stack, we are pushing all those, elements in stack, and then to output the result, we are creating isn't it that
Okay, so
creating
got it. So we are talking about the intermediate space, so not
yeah,
the complexity, space complexity.
yeah, right.
Do you have any more questions? Or
I think we will move to the next one.